Teachers, and I have lived in Dannang city for 8 years. I'm teaching and working at Easy Learning. Today I'm very happy to be here with my students and my co-worker to talk and discuss something about social problems in the IELTS test, the very important part that many students concern nowadays. I'm very happy to see you and hope that today you guys and me can share as much as possible as you know. Okay?
Hi, my name is Nam. I'm 14 years old actually. I've studied at Easy Learning for 1 year, and I'm taking the IELTS course. Today I'm really happy to be here to get knowledge as well as talking about hard topics with my classmates and my teachers.
Very nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Tao. I'm 16 years old and I'm a student and I have studied in Easy Learning in an IELTS course, and I'm very happy to be here today to talk to all my beloved students, all my beloved friends and my friendly teachers. So really nice to see you guys.
Yes.
Hello, my name is V. I'm 16 years old. I'm attending to an IELTS course at Easy Learning. Today I'm here to have a conversation with my beloved teachers and my classmates. Nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you too. Yes.
Hello, my name is Ann. I'm 20 years old and I'm a student at Dannang University of Economics. Today I come here to talk with my friends and my teachers about some hot topics.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Very hot topics, really? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Owen. I am the IELTS teacher here at Easy Learning. I've been working in Easy Learning for almost 6 months now. I teach these lovely students in the IELTS speaking course, and it is nice to be here to talk about some topics with them.
Yes. Okay.
Hello, my name is Hal. I'm 18 years old. I'm taking an IELTS course at Easy Learning, and I'm very happy to join the conversation with my friends and my teachers.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
And do you bring a lot of questions to our class today?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. I'm going to talk about the coaches. Now I'm talking about what?
I will talk about Vietnam education.
Vietnam education. This can be very hot topics.
Yes.
And how?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about queuing culture and marriage equality.
Oh, that's really nice. Me?
Yeah, because it's near New Year's Eve, so I'm going to talk about custom on
Yes.
New Year's Eve.
Yes.
And then we talk about travel, backpacking or travel with tour guide.
Yes.
And maybe I will talk about the electronic newspaper and printed newspaper.
Yeah. Oh, really, really hot. Okay, as you told.
And my topic is about the environment.
Environment.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
really hard.
And my foreigner teacher?
I have some nice questions that I can ask these lovely students.
And very secret.
Yes. A variety of questions that I can ask.
Oh yeah, variety of the questions. I want to hear you first now.
Okay, so my first question is, what do you think about Vietnamese education?
Vietnamese education. Anybody?
Vietnamese education, yeah, it's a hot topic. Though as a student, we have a lot of things to talk about. Our Vietnamese education, you know, everything has both sides. You know, everything has both sides, advantage and disadvantage. And so do our education. And yeah, so to talk about like advantages, so as a student, you know, you guys have a lot of things to say, but for me I will talk about our teachers, because our Vietnamese education have really well-trained teachers and really dedicated teachers who will ready to have students when we need and to share all the knowledge to our beloved students.
Yes. So you're a student at high school, really?
Yes. a student at a high school.
Yes, and we are learning English, so I may concern something about the English teachers at the high school. And do you really interested in the way or the method teaching at the high school?
If I have to say about teaching method, interesting, not really.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of satisfied with the teaching method.
Yes.
Because it can it can share enough knowledge about English for me. But actually, I'm not interested in the way they teach because it's their lack of interaction between the teacher and the students.
We lack of interaction. How about you guys?
Yeah, I think English in Vietnam is a compulsory subject on school, but however, the way they teaching them is really not interesting, and so someone they are not interesting English because of the method.
Because of the method.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
I really agree.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Because the teacher, especially below the level in high school, they concerned about the grammar, not about the skill. So students have to learn many structure as make them stress, and they really don't like study English.
Okay.
And what about you?
Yes, I have the same idea with you too, that teachers, English teachers in Vietnam usually gives the student a lot of grammar structure as well as words that are not necessary for students. However, other skills such as speaking, listening, and reading are not focused. The other skills are not being taught by the teachers as well as because the teachers, English teachers in Vietnamese doesn't well trained as much as they need. So I think that English in Vietnam education is not
Need to change.
Yeah, is not satisfy the students enough.
It not satisfy the student enough. How about you?
Yeah, I agree with them. So yeah, but I think nowadays the teacher are trying to change but they also use PowerPoint. Also have some listening lesson or speaking lessons.
Yes.
It will be better in the future.
Yes.
But
So, yeah.
I think actually it just like happens in universities, right? Because in high school, yeah, they are really lack of those kind of period like that.
And as I heard before that, when the teacher invite the principal or some different teacher to observe the class, and they use PowerPoint. So the IT is not usually applied in teaching method to support the teaching so much.
Right.
And I think the most important for English teacher is about the pronunciations.
Yes.
That is most important. If they pronounce wrong, other student will mimic the last word.
Yes.
It's quite hard for them to pronounce right, especially when you transfer from high school into the university. The foreigner teachers will say that's wrong, and it takes a lot of time to correct.
Yeah, take a lot of time to correct. And as you know, you told me that the grammar is not necessary to students to study nowadays as a high school. But do you know the reason why grammar is still brought into teaching at the high school as is nowadays?
I think they need grammar for the
University exam.
Yes.
So do you know this, Owen?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. No, I don't know a lot about the education system in Vietnam. I know a little bit.
And are you curious about this?
I am, yes, I'm very curious. I know that the class numbers are very big in the
primary schools and the secondary schools and high
Yeah.
schools. And I know from teaching here for 5 years, I know that there's a lot of emphasis on the grammar.
Yes.
Probably a little bit too much. So I think that they really need to focus on the speaking skills a lot more in schools rather than the grammar. I think that would help the students a lot. But I think education all over the world is changing. The way that people teach is changing and is getting better. So I believe that over the next 5 or 10 years that the education system in Vietnam will improve and the level of English all around the students and the general population will increase and will get better.
So do you think that the Vietnamese students seem to be very good at writing, not speaking?
Yes, their writing and their grammar skills are very good. They're very, very neat handwriting.
Okay.
But their speaking and their pronunciation, they can be a little bit lacking.
Is that accuracy? Okay, lacking accuracy.
Yeah.
And do you know why the school teacher in the high school or maybe below school, they don't have a good pronunciation? Do you know why?
I think because as well as the university, the foreign university didn't teach the teachers. I think the university didn't use the foreign teachers to teach the teachers to speak English. Correctly, to pronounce it the right way. So they just use and they just talk what they think. So I think that the reason why the pronunciation of teachers are not good.
Yes, I agree with that, but I think there is another reason. You know, I used to say before in high school, in education in general, teachers just teach us writing, so yeah. So they just take what they know, so they just focus on writing and they don't focus on pronunciations. That's the reason why their pronunciation sometimes is just really bad.
And it can have a very big influence on the way you speak now.
Yeah, and I think another reason is the teacher nowadays teaching English, they are most the old generation, and they didn't have enough condition to improve their pronunciation.
That's right. Okay, perfect. That's right.
I don't know the situation or my English teacher in secondary school or high school. Are so well, they pronounce it so well. And I think it's depends on teacher.
It depends on the
Maybe
teachers.
I'm lucky.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky to see some good guys. For me, I think the big reason here that, as I agree with you, because they are old generation, and the second thing that they don't have time to contact with the foreigner teachers, so maybe their pronunciation is not, sometimes it's not right and exactly at all. And here's the thing that, because the university exam in the Vietnam focus on grammar so much, I used to teach grammar when 2 years ago when I taught grammar. But here's the thing, when I spoke correctly, my student didn't understand me. As you know, have and has, okay? If I say have and has, my student didn't understand, but I say have and has, my student understand. So day by day, the Vietnamese teacher, they must follow and have the Vietnamese student understand their purpose and their intention. So they have to follow the way they want to make their student understand one of the reasons. Do you know any?
Which
reason?
Any reason why
Why the Vietnamese teachers, they don't have the good pronunciation?
I think that yes, like the guys were saying, lack of exposure to foreign teachers and foreigners in general. I think Vietnam has only really opened up in the last 15 or 20 years, so there's been more and more of an influx of foreigners. So I think that that's good for Vietnam and good for the students here, and I think that that will only increase in the future, and eventually I can see it maybe in 20 or 30 years it will be like Philippines, where everybody has a very good level of English.
Yes.
And they can all learn from a very young age with very good teachers. So I think just it will take time, but over time that the teaching and the level of English will definitely improve in Vietnam.
Any questions to your relative?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
And as you know now, high school students, they're taking the IELTS exam instead of taking the university exam. So if you have the IELTS certificate, you don't need to take the university exam. So it's one of the good challenges.
Yes.
So many students, high school students in Vietnam, they are learning IELTS. Better for them. And then what topic are you going to say today, Vy?
Would you like to talk about custom on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, important, especially for the foreigner.
Yeah.
You need to understand the custom and culture.
Yes.
So can you give us some custom on New Year's Eve of your country?
Yeah.
Well, New Year's Eve in Ireland is very different to New Year's Eve here. So New Year's Eve in Ireland will be on the 31st of January. And usually people would go out and they would celebrate by having a few drinks, or going out for a meal with some friends, or maybe having a party with some family at home. It really depends, but I don't think that New Year's Eve in the West is quite as important as Tet holiday would be in Vietnam. We wouldn't have as long or as intense or as culturally important as it is in Vietnam. Because I know for that holiday you have 4 or 5 days where you have different activities to do and different things that you would do on each of the days, and we would not have anything like that. So can you guys tell me some of the things that you would do for Tet holiday?
Tet holiday is very important. Very important holiday in Vietnam, and people tend to prepare a lot of things, like they decorate the house or clean the floor and anything, and they buy a lot of candies and they buy new clothes. On the first 3 days of the New Year's Eve, they wear new clothes because they believe that if they wear new clothes, it means that they bring the luck to them. And there is something they believe in about they don't want to sweep the rubbish out of the house, because maybe sweep the luck away.
Do you know this?
Yes.
And Thảo, what about, do you believe anything in Tet holiday?
Yeah, there are like some
Yeah.
superstitious
Yes.
belief in Tet holiday. I should just say that we don't sweep the roads but in 3 days in the New Year's. And another thing that some people, they kind of really superstitious. They have to they have to think about what they will stab, what's food in the house out of the bed, like rice food only be left, and it's kind of like bring back like a good luck to you in the whole year. And another thing is that we choose the person who will come to their house first time.
That's called first footing.
Yeah, first footing.
Yes.
Maybe it's that person has to be like really happy and
Handsome and tall.
Yes.
In some countries, people have opinion that the first person coming to the house on the first day of New Year must be very tall and black, not white, black. Yeah, I read the news. I read the yes, black color skin.
Why?
I don't know. That's their opinion. I don't know. So maybe I need to find more on the internet. But I remember when I was in the university, I read a culture book and people talk about this, studying the British culture.
British culture.
Yes. I read
Black
in the
person
book.
first in the door. I don't know if that's true.
A lot of things we were
I've never heard this
surprised.
before.
Yeah, even though I feel surprised, not enough for me to believe in. How do you think?
Yeah, as I know, Vietnamese before New Year's Eve, they try to clean the floor as clean as possible, and on the first day they keep off sweeping the floor because they believe that sweeping the floor in the first day of New Year is mean sweep on the floor too.
Yes. But you think so?
I don't believe that, but my family every year they
Big ones. Yes. No, I'm the same.
I don't believe that.
You don't? I don't believe that.
I have to do many housework every day before take holiday. I don't know why.
Okay.
I just think that if in take holiday I sweat my home or like I have to clean my home, I will do it every day in year. So I should try to do before take holiday. In take holiday I will just go out to play game, maybe like that. And I can play every day a year. Yeah.
But do you sweep the floor on the take holiday?
Yeah.
Yes. Why not? Yeah. We need to be very clean on the take
Yeah,
holiday.
that's right.
That's right. Okay. Superstitious. Yeah. Problem. Is this? How about in your house? People.
I can't sweep the floor because my mother don't allow me to do that. Then maybe sweep out. Sweep in.
Instead of sweeping out, yeah. We sweep in. Yes.
Sweep in and you keep the luck into your house.
Yes.
So, Mr. Owen, can you tell me some like superstitious belief in your country?
There's many different superstitions, especially in Ireland, because the Irish can be very superstitious people. So the most common ones would be if you break a mirror, you have 7 years bad luck. If you walk under a ladder, it's supposed to be very bad luck as well. So you should walk
ladder?
under a ladder. Black cats.
Black
cats. Associated with bad luck because they would usually be associated with witches. So if you saw a black cat, there was a witch around. Rabbit's foot is always considered to be very lucky. That would be another big one. In Ireland we have a lot of folklore, so lots of stories about fairies and leprechauns and giants and banshees. So there's lots of superstition to do with this. If you fall asleep in a fairy ring, the leprechauns will take you away. Now, I should explain, a fairy ring is an old stone circle that's been around for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. And you can find them all over the country, in the countryside in Ireland. So there's been many stories of people who have fallen asleep inside this fairy ring, and the leprechauns will come up, or the fairies will come up from the ground, and they will take you away, and then you will never be seen again.
Wow. Surprising.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, services.
Do you know where it take you? To the
They
way?
take you away to the land of the leprechauns.
To the land of a
Leprechauns.
leprechaun.
Yes.
What is it?
You have to look up. I can show you guys on the internet. After
Yes. Okay, place. Okay. So superstitious. Like as I told you some days ago, the black house and what else? A shooting star, pointing at a shooting star. Yeah, breaking the mirror and breaking the shoelace. Yes, and a lot of things about superstition. But sometimes we need to change the way we think about this. Yes. Ngọc Anh, your topic today is.
I want to talk about newspaper because nowadays many people like to read electronic newspaper more than. And do you think the future printed newspaper will be disappear?
Oh, okay. Good question.
I think printed newspaper will be disappear because nowadays mobile phones as well as smart devices take an important role to everybody, and include the newspaper. That newspaper needs to be very convenient and easy to use. So for me, the internet newspaper is much better than the paper newspaper because you can read it everywhere, get information from any time, and so that is very convenient, and it's free too. It's free, so I think the printed newspaper will no longer available.
You agree?
Yes, but some people say that it maybe become a habit or culture. Some people like the feel to hold the newspaper, and maybe it is not suitable for the elder to read electronic newspaper. They have to smartphone, something like that. And if you read newspaper, you just have skill to read. And maybe internet is helpful for your eyes, but I agree with you that printed newspaper will disappear in the future.
You guys?
I don't agree with you guys because the e-newspaper maybe it's have many advantages, but the information they upload in the e-newspaper maybe is not trustful, believable. Yeah. Then people need something to improve the information derived from the internet. So the printed newspaper must be, they can't disappear.
Yeah.
I think so.
I tell you the thing that this morning my dad, now he's waiting for me at the coffee shop. He's waiting for me. He visits me 2 days in Dannang city. This morning when I came to Easy, and I have to ask the salesman, do you have any printed newspaper? And said, oh, of course it's on the shelves. So I mean, maybe 2 years ago, I don't need to ask questions because it's a costing. Every coffee shop, people always, they always they have a printed newspaper. But nowadays, it become a very strange phenomenon and strange thing, so I have to ask. So for myself, I believe that maybe one day in the future, if we don't know how to control and balance between the online newspaper and printed newspaper, it can be disappear one day when the old generation, they no longer in the future, so it can change a lot.
Yes, a lot of things have changed. In the past, when you go to the coffee shop, the first thing you ask is, beside the coffee, a cup of coffee is a newspaper, a printed newspaper. But nowadays, instead of asking for a newspaper, you just ask, what's the password?
Yeah.
What's the password there? Yeah.
So it's changed a lot, okay? Did it change in your country?
Yes, it has changed a lot. I think it's changed all over the world. I think that print media is dying at the moment. I think that it will fade away eventually. There will always be a certain generation that like to hold newspapers, but I think that if you look at the global trends of media, print media, that the sales of magazines and newspapers is slowly decreasing. So I think that over the next 20 or 30 years that it will eventually disappear and they will become a relic,
Yes.
a relic of the past. It is just easier for people to use electronic items to
Easier,
paper.
yes.
And I think that even for the elderly, that the electronic devices are better because they can adjust the print size. So if you are elderly and you have poor eyesight, that you can make the font or the size of the text bigger. So I think that will help people to move away from traditional print media into electronic media.
Okay, thank you. Now, and your idea?
Yeah, I agree with him. And I think electronic newspaper are so better for environment than printed newspaper, because the less newspaper you use, the more tree you save. Yeah, and it's also like the disappear of postal mail.
Okay, that's me.
I think that the amount of making print newspapers cost very much, so I think that newspaper will be better.
Yeah, and we can choose what we want to read. It's very convenient.
Yeah, that's
Read
right.
the mobile phone, smartphone, anywhere we can.
Yeah.
And with the password of the Wi-Fi, printed newspaper. But I may concern that the printed newspaper, I can say, oh, it's not necessary for our life now like nowadays. But printed book, it's a different thing. I would say no, I don't want to change. I want to read printed book, not electronic book. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
So maybe and your topic today is.
I'd say we'll go on to let the students
the next, okay.
Okay, I want to ask you guys about, do Vietnamese people classify the rubbish?
Classify the rubbish.
Yeah.
Let me say you this. Last summer, I joined a common run competition. You know, the festival when you run around 5 kilometers, and at the end of the run, there is some kind of rubbish trash bin, and they named really clearly that burnable trash and unburnable trash. But I see that everything is just messed up because they will put plastic bag in burnable trash and paper in unburnable trash, and because I think like Vietnamese people, they are they haven't learned about what is burnable trash and what is burnable trash, and we didn't mention our education doesn't mention that in like the education in high school.
So you think that it's changed?
Yeah, I think first of all, like you want to classify the trash. You know what's a classified trash. You have to understand that.
Okay.
And then you.
You agree?
Yeah, because once when I attended the military camp, I saw that people collected rubbish and they burned all of them. They burned all the, include the paper, all the bottle, anything they can burn. They burn it all. But it's affect the environment a lot, because sometimes the bottle maybe it's hard to burn, and
It can cause a very poisonous smoking, and it's caused global warming because of a lot of pollutants scattered from the environment, from the way people burn the rubbish.
Yes. In my school, past few days ago, there is a festival a cultural festival in my country, and we sell food. And after that festival, there are lots of trash, and they just burn them all, and it's make really like a smoky smell, and then there's like a smoke floating to the sky, and everyone, oh my god, the school is burning, oh my god. They thought that the school was burning, but actually they burned the trash.
Oh, okay. As you know, global warming is considered very serious and important problems that many people are concerning about. And I read newspaper, it can be very dangerous if we don't change the behavior or the manners according to the environment as we are thinking now. Do you avoid using the air conditioner in the hot environment? Do you avoid using the air conditioner in the hot weather?
The hot weather, I usually use when I sleep. Yeah, it's just about I use for 1 or 2 hours, and then I turn it off.
You turn it off, okay? Save money, save electricity.
Yeah.
Do you? You would say no?
No, I don't. Not too often. I try to just use the fan. I know how much electricity the air can use, and I'm acclimatized to the heat now a little bit. So I can just sleep with the fan on once it's blowing strongly, then it's okay. Yeah, I think that just in general, I think there needs to be a lot more education in Vietnam about the environment and what people need to do to protect the environment here.
Yes.
I've done a bit of travelling around the country, around the countryside and the beaches in Vietnam, and there is many beautiful beaches in Vietnam, but the problem is polluted, yes. A lot of the time that people just bring their rubbish down to the beach and they just dump it onto the beach.
Yes.
So it just destroys these very nice beaches, and then it destroys the sea as well. So I think it's a problem that needs to be dealt with, not just on a local level, but with the government to provide better methods for dealing with the trash and the rubbish and the recycling things. So I think that the government might need to do a little bit more to help to protect the environment.
Yes. Okay. As an old generation like you and I, okay?
Are we all
Old generation.
Are we all generations?
I would be very happy because now the young generation like you understand absolutely. You're aware. You're aware of how to protect environment, and you have a very positive thinking about the environment, and you need to change. I'm happy with you. I don't know how to say, but just we're happy with you. Okay, to end the conversation, do you have any?
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were going to ask no.
Yeah, sorry? Thảo, yes.
I thought you almost forgot me. Okay, so my topic is about queuing culture, like live waiting culture in Vietnamese. So do you do you think about this problem, this hot topic in Vietnam, like queuing culture?
Do you see it in Vietnam?
Yeah, do you see queuing culture in Vietnam, like live waiting?
Waiting?
Yeah.
Vietnamese people don't queue. They don't like to queue.
Yeah.
I don't think queues really exist in Vietnam, because if you're standing and you're trying to queue, then there will be people coming from the side. They will just push up to the front. So I don't think that people know how to queue. I think people can be a bit rude here, especially if you're in the bank or if you're in the hospital and a chemist, and you're waiting and you're trying to be polite, and then you have people who just don't care and they just push their way up. But I think it is more the older generation. So I think that the younger generation are a little bit more polite. So I think that things will change.
So young generation like you need to change.
But can you think of any reason for this problem? Why people don't queue?
Maybe habit.
Habits.
I also do plan to make people stay in line at my accounting university. And young generation, they avoid enough, but it's too difficult to train this. Yeah, we stick label to remind them. Also, we also take it in turn to stay sick and remind everybody to stay in line. But they angry, and maybe they left, and the owner of the canteen do not last because the customer left away. And young generation, it's difficult to change.
It's rude. It's considered very rude.
Yeah.
We need to change. Do you do it?
I think Vietnamese really need to start queuing because it's really necessary when you go to supermarket. It's a long line waiting for pay bill and have a person back your line. It's so annoying.
I think that this problem must be solved as soon as possible because we've made bad signs, bad faces of Vietnamese people to many foreign countries like Japan, Singapore, America as well. So I think that to reduce the best solution is that we have to train, we have to teach our children, our students as soon as we can, and as well as the behavior and the consciousness of Vietnamese people. And I think that this problem is really important and this must be solved.
So everything we discussed today, coming back to the very big thing that's education, we need to put every problems that we discussed today in the education system. We need to change our behavior, our manner to environment, to the education, to queuing, and as you told me, the behavior or manners about printing newspaper. So here's the thing that we need to change this right at the school, teachers and the student. Okay? Yes.
I think we need to change our courses. We need to change the subjects to, more truly. Is more
Practical.
Yeah, practical.
More practical.
Yeah,
Yes.
practical, not just on theory.
Yeah, not theory. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, do you think so?
Yes, I think that.
Yes.
Moving forward, there should be a lot more practical subjects.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot more useful than a lot of theory that you forget or you don't use after you leave school.
The same.
Okay, so I want to conclude something. Yes. So coming back to education problem that Nam discussed with us today, I hope that you may take a better look to the high school teachers or maybe secondary school teacher, because sometimes they don't want to do that, but they must do that. I was in the situation like this. I taught grammar, so I know. And if we want to change, we need to talk it to the government. And we need to talk it to government, not the teachers. The government should change if the university exam content change. And so I think the education system in the university and in the high school, of course, change. Okay. And coming back your problems, I made a little bit confused and a little bit surprised when the foreigner talking about queuing culture in Vietnam, like it's considered very rude. So maybe I'm like you. I was in the very lucky situation. So people was in very good line and waiting for the other waiting
Pick up something.
to pick up something. Like when you learn English at the secondary school, you met a very good pronunciation teacher, well-trained teacher, not like them, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm in situation, so I'm a little bit surprised when I hear the foreigner teacher talking about this. Yes, but I hope that we can change. And the New Year's Eve is, as you know, some days ago when we discussed about custom and tradition, about superstitions. So the Mitterrand, where's it from? England.
Yeah.
But he mostly say no with the black cat, with the shooting star, and breaking the mirror or breaking the shoelace. But today, Mr. Owen seemed to be very concerned about this. And so maybe can bring the bad luck. So yeah, may can, but here we understand more about the custom and the cultures, about the superstitions between the people coming from the different countries speaking English. Some people say no, some people say yes. Okay, and coming back to your problem about the printed newspaper, hope that in the future it can be kept. Okay, so that the older generation they enjoy it, and sometimes they don't want to touch usual smartphone. It can be. I don't mean it's absolutely convenient. It needs to change. We need to change it into online newspaper and we read it. But I don't really want it to disappear in the near future. Okay, and your problem is environment is very hard thing. That, as I told you, ecotourism, like before, we talk a lot, and you have very positive opinion and thinking about the environment. And yes. Okay. So, do you have any for the class and for the conversation today?
For the conversation, well, I have a few fun questions that we were doing in class before. Okay, not the one about the history, but these are the easier ones. Okay, so we'll start with Mr. Nam. Mr. Nam, would you prefer a fun job with low pay or a job that you hate with very high pay?
For me, I think I would prefer the fun job with low pay because you will have to be passionate, you will be concentrated to do that job, and to do the fun job is you may not have stress as well as difficulties in at work, as well as you will you meet some colleagues
Colleges,
colleges as they like the same jobs, not just not about the jobs you don't like. You have a lot of stress, and I think you would be retire quick soon. So I think that fun job is much better.
Okay, very good. Okay, Ms. Tao, would you prefer to lose your sense of smell or your sense of taste?
Wow, that's an interesting question. So speaking of losing something in your body, I prefer losing the sense of smell instead of the sense of taste because I'm kind of crazy for food and I want to taste every type of food in the world. Yeah, it's a bad thing if you lose your sense of smell because you can't smell the smell of food. But you can taste it. Yeah, that's a good thing. And because you need food, right? You need food to bring to you need food for your energy. You need food to live, right? So you can't eat food if you can't taste it. Yeah, you eat food and it takes nothing. No, I better don't eat.
I can't love it. I can't taste.
Yeah, so to live, you have to eat food, and if it's food, you have to taste it.
Okay. Yes, that's good.
Okay, very good. Okay, would you prefer a beautiful house miles from everywhere, or an average house near everything you want?
Oh.
Yeah, I prefer do everything I want because doing everything I want is make me feel comfortable, and probably it will efficient then go everywhere, but cannot do anything I want.
Yes.
Okay, good. Dannang, would you prefer a year in prison or a year completely alone on a beautiful desert island?
Doesn't matter.
If you like an easier question, I can give you an easier question.
I don't like either. I don't like either. Yes, I like it.
Okay, would you prefer to be super strong or to be able to fly?
Yeah. I never thought about it before, but I like to be a person who can fly. I like traveling, and it is a good way. If I can fly, I will not take money to buy plane ticket.
I agree with you at this point. I agree with you.
As many people know, I have a boyfriend in Ho Chi Minh City,
Oh,
and if I can fly, I can meet him every day.
Without tickets.
So also my list. Yeah, I mean this.
Okay.
Are you sad to hear about this?
I am, yes, it breaks my heart. Okay, Miss Tara, would you prefer to be very beautiful but very stupid? Or very smart but very, very, very ugly?
Oh. Let me think about it. But I have to say that I prefer I'm very smart. I said that I'm early.
Oh, you're sad.
Yeah, I said that because if I'm smart, it means I have to know anything. I know everything. I can get my knowledge, get a lot of knowledge. I can know many areas, many things. Early, I think that some job they don't need to face your face. For example, like the software engineer, you have to work on the
You mentioned to him, he's a software engineer.
Oh really? Oh really? This is the first time here.
How about teacher?
Teacher, I think
Must-
they should need a little. They don't need to be early because students need to face. Yeah, face to interact with the student. And if you are like, no, I want some students.
Is he a good teacher? Is he potential enough? Is he beautiful and
Teachers, two people student can concentrate about their lessons. It's just distract. They can distract because of the
So I mean, okay, I have a question. Okay, do you focus on my lesson?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes.
Yes.
So you mean I'm not beautiful?
Yeah. I mean, I focus on your. For you.
Okay. So it's really interesting. So
Okay, one for you as well, Chi.
History.
History.
no, not history. I'm back you, not history.
Okay, would you prefer to live a short but exciting life or a long but boring life?
How do I say? A day may be short, but if I can do what I like and I'm enjoyable, I think the day is very meaningful. So in order to answer the question without hesitation, I will say the first. I would like to live a short life, but really interesting and enjoyable. I can do a lot of meaningful things in my life. I want to be busy, as you know. If you're busy, you can see you're a very meaningful person.
We have no time to take care of yourself. You want that?
No, busy is mean I have busy. No mean busy with job always. I'm busy to taking care of myself. Yes, busy with my boyfriend like this. Okay, so that's this talk today. Yes. Thank you very much for the conversation today. Thank you very much for a lot of interesting questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Chi. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes. And I hope that the conversation and the discussion today will help you guys understand a little bit about IELTS. It's not really the normal conversation, but also a lot of social things relating to the environment, education, or newspaper, or life, a lot of things. So in order to be an IELTS candidate, you must be very knowledgeable and also speak English very fluently, understand all what the foreigner teachers say. So thank you very much and hope to see you again. Goodbye class.
Bye.
Bye.